why don't we start off with just some general comments about the game and the weekend?
Well, I think that the score indicates how well that we played, but it doesn't do justice for the talent of the team that we played. I think Ohio is, if not the best, the second best team that we've played, and I made certain that we had a strong schedule. That Ohio team's a well-coached team, and we took advantage of the opportunity. They had a lot of new players in their lineup, but it was a fine recruiting class for Coach Dan Morris.
And how was it getting back on the ice after a 3-week break for the holidays?
Well, for me, it's easy. I mean, it's a real long break. I'm anxious to get the guys. I'm anxious to see the guys. I'm anxious to get started because the second half of the season goes by so fast. I was a little curious of how we were going to perform, but the few days that we had to practice, we worked hard and things went our way.
And back to that strength of schedule, started off a little rocky, but you've had one of the hardest schedules in the league all year. And how is it seeing the team come together and play like they are expected to?
Well, that's the job of the coaching staff. I mean, we knew that we were going to have some hiccups. We knew we were going to have some bumps. You do every year. You got to make certain that you minimize the mistakes and you don't get too low, but also you don't get too high. And you know, you put the games that you played in the past behind you, and all you do is look forward. And our next competition now is to play against Illinois. But this is a weekend that we match up fairly well against Ohio. We have since I've been here. I love playing Ohio. It's too bad there's so much distance between us because it's such a competitive team. It's a well-coached team. Their game plans change from period to period, and it's just good for performance for both teams getting better.
The Bobcats outshot you in the first period, but Lindenwood rebounded and outshot the Ohio team in the last 2 periods and got the total in shots there at the end of the game. Could you see the performance of the offense gelling as the game went on?
Well, you hope that's the case. You hope that's the case. You know, we try to have the puck. The more that we have the puck, the better we are. I thought that we performed pretty well for the first 10 minutes of the period. I thought that we held the puck a little bit too long for the latter half of the second period, and turnovers were forced because of our mistakes on the back end. But we recovered well, and we minimized the second and third opportunities, which is fine. And our goaltending, not only in tonight's game, but also for Saturday's game, our previous game, has been spectacular, and that's primarily been somewhat of a weakness for us in the first half. To see that we get the performance and both goaltenders elevate their save percentage and also give us an opportunity to win, I can't ask for anything more than what we got today from Kirk and also the day before from Linus.
And the entire weekend, the penalty kill was very strong. You guys shut down Ohio both games.
Well, you try to disrupt the momentum. You try to minimize the speed. You minimize the key players. You try to deny the puck from the key players. They got a freshman, a young player that's doing exceptionally well for them on the scoring ledger. 2 lines that we try to keep them off the ice, and we did get into penalty troubles in yesterday's game. But I think on our penalty kill, our initial layer sacrificed themselves. It got to be collectively a rally charge that our defensemen started blocking shots too, and in saying so, our goaltender was our best penalty killer. So you got to give them looks, and we gave them the looks that we wanted to give them, and our goalie came through on those saves.
And in both games, it looked like Lindenwood had the speed advantage. You guys capitalized a bunch of times on the odd man rush.
Well, you know, when you play a team like Ohio, you play these better teams. You don't get too many of those odd man rushes, and you're right. That's how we won the game yesterday with our odd man rushes. We hung in there long enough, and we have a real skilled team, and we have a fast team, and we present the puck and make the right decisions. So when you have a young back end, you make certain that the recognition is proper, and we did a fine job getting the puck up to the forwards, and just 4 lines of skill. Somebody's going to get their chances eventually in 60 minutes.
And now the focus turns to the Illini as they come in this weekend. It was a fiery game the last time you played them. How do you guys prepare for that rivalry coming in here?
Well, it has been a rivalry. You know, when you play University of Illinois, because of the proximity here to Lindenwood, everybody's familiar with it. And Illinois has always been a strong team. And it's a team that last year was on its way out as far as the coach that built the program. A little bit, I think, of a moral decline because he was leaving. But the acceleration of new blood, new coach, somebody that had been a player for that Illini, has really provided not only good incentive, but initiative and enthusiasm. And it was a strong match that we played up in Illinois, and it's just another team that we have to play. And this team that we're playing, just like we finished, it's a Central States team in our division, And we got to make certain that we play Lindenwood hockey, and that's what we focus on, whether it be the Illini or whether it be somebody else that we're going to perform. Illini is the next team that's in our league.
You had a solid performance today and made 32 saves on 33 shots. So how do you feel about today?
I mean, it was good to come out the new year and second half of the season, have old guys come out strong like that and be able to see some pucks, and they kept it pretty simple for me, so it was just nice to come out like that and get a big win.
How was it to get back on the ice after an extended holiday break?
I thought I'd be a little more rusty than I was coming out to practice. We had 3 good long skates before the game yesterday, so I mean, we got the rust off, and it was good that we can come out as hard as we did.
And it looked like you were seeing the puck really well. You made a lot of good kick saves, directing those pucks to the corners, and also smothered the puck with your pads a lot. They had a lot of hard shots from the point, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, our team was great in front of me. They kept the traffic to a minimum in the front. They weren't screening me. They kept everything to the outside. So, I mean, they really only let up those outside shots, which for the most part I feel like I should have. And luckily I was on point today and stopped most of them.
And you guys also shut them down on the special teams. They went over on the power play again. Maybe talk about your defense and also your goaltending on those special teams opportunities.
Yeah, well, the coach came in and really talked about shutting them down on the power play because that's what one of their strengths is coming in, and we knew that. So we did a little bit of work on that, and I mean the guys were great. I don't think they barely had any good shots on their power play. So it was really good to shut them down, and again they let me see everything and made it a lot easier for me.
Joe Kalisz, you were the offensive player of the game today with a hat trick, 3 goals, and only in your second game here in Lindenwood. So why don't you talk about the game today?
I felt a little rusty yesterday. First game back in 9 months, and got a little rust off. And today came out, had a good warm up. Felt a lot better today. Felt like I was in a little groove. Great line mates today that helped me out a lot through the process of the weekend.
And maybe talk about a couple of your goals, what you were seeing out on the ice, and what led to those.
You know, the 2-on-2 break I had with Steve Branshaw was a good. Just drove in net. He found the seam across ice, and it was a tapping goal for me. And then second one was just a quick shot at net, throwing pucks in the net, dirty areas, greasy goal. And then the third one, I just took a wrist shot and hope for the best.
And how is it coming into a strong Lindenwood team halfway through the season here?
It's definitely it's easier transition. You know, I haven't played a game in a while and get in the groove, and it's easy to play around with good players.
Getting used to your teammates and everything.
Definitely.
And speaking of teammates, you played with some of the guys on the team.
Yeah, I played with Pepe Cibola, Steve Branshaw, Nick Carey, Taylor Wolf, Stephen Bope. Pretty all teammates the past year, so.
That's got to make it an easier transition.
A lot easier, yes, definitely.
How are you guys preparing for the Illini coming in next weekend?
I mean, same as we always do. It's just another weekend. We know they're a strong team. We split the game a few weeks ago at their barn, but I mean, we really don't have anything against them besides the fact that we want to come in and get 6 points.
All right, that about wraps it up for today. We look forward to seeing more from you two in the future, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.